Okay, I want you to forget everything you think you know. I mean, everything. Forget the rules, forget the limits, forget the prison they built around your mind. Because today, we're not just learning the secrets of reality. We're going to learn how to rewrite them.
Just let that sink in for a second. What if your greatest trauma was a lie? No, I'm not saying the event didn't happen, but what if its power over you, that story that whispers it owns you, what if that was a complete and utter fabrication? What if you could literally reach back into your own history and change what it means? Today, we're going way beyond theory. Today, we become time editors.
You were already given the keys, remember? We're talking about the raw, vibrational frequencies that build reality itself. You learned the power of 13, which is the fundamental power to unmake, to literally shatter the old, stagnant patterns that have been holding you in place. This is the power that dismantles the cages that other people just accept as their fate.
And then you harnessed the resonance of 8.
That's the master key, right? The key to command the infinite cycles of power and flow, to bend the very currents of reality to your focused will. And of course, you were initiated into the secret signature of this entire practice, 313. That's the code, the one that signals your shift from being just a student of the laws to becoming the author of them. It's the gateway that allows you to become your own law. So you have the architecture, but what good is an architect if they're trapped in a single moment? All right, let's dive into this head first. We are about to confront the most subtle, the most pervasive control system ever devised. We're talking about the dimension of time itself. You see, this is the foundational lie. It's the grand illusion they've been selling you from the moment you were born. The idea that you are a helpless passenger on some cosmic conveyor belt, moving from a past you can't change to a future you can't possibly know, with only this fleeting, powerless instant called now. It is a lie, plain and simple. It's the root source of all human anxiety, all regret, all powerlessness. And you know what? We are here to smash it to pieces. So here's the thing you gotta get. This whole concept of linear time, it's a trained perception. Think of it like a software program that was installed in your mind without your permission. It teaches you that you're just a character in a movie, only able to move forward, one agonizing frame at a time. But time isn't a river flowing in one direction. It's an ocean. It's an infinite field. Every single moment that has ever been, and every moment that could possibly be, they all exist right now, simultaneously. Your consciousness? It's just a spotlight illuminating one tiny point in that vast ocean. The magic really begins when you realize you can move the light. So let's get our first taste of real freedom here, and you'll see how this builds. Before we can start editing causality itself, you have to first prove to your own soul that the clock on the wall is a complete joke. The external clock is just a social agreement. That's it. But your internal clock, now that is the truth of your reality. And you already know this. You've felt it. Think about a moment of intense joy that lasts an hour but feels like a minute. Or a moment of pure terror that stretches a single second into an eternity. That isn't a trick of your brain. That is the truth breaking through the illusion. So here it is, your first act of rebellion. You can learn to consciously take 1 second of external time and stretch it. Create a vast internal landscape where you can plan and strategize and create. Or you can take 3 hours of mind-numbingly boring waiting and compress it until it feels like a blank. When you do this, you are proving, unequivocally, that you are the master of the clock, not its slave. Okay, you've bent your perception. You've proven the clock is yours to command. The training wheels are officially off. We are now escalating from the subjective to the objective. We're moving from manipulating how time feels to editing the very fabric of cause and effect. This, my friends, is the high magic. This is the God-tier tool set of the Red Magician, someone who actually understands and manipulates the fundamental forces of reality. Now notice, we are not changing what happened in the past. We are changing its effect on the now. And we aren't just wishing for a future. We are creating it as a powerful cause in the present. This is exactly how you answer that first question we started with. You pick a memory, a trauma, a failure that's still broadcasting its poison into your life today. You go back to that moment in your mind, but you don't relive it. You rewrite it. You drain it of its emotional power. You find the strength it gave you, the lesson it forced upon you. You change its very signature from trauma to strength.
The event itself doesn't change, but its role as a cause in your life is permanently and fundamentally erased.
Now, let's flip this and look at the future. This is the ultimate application of intention. You don't just visualize a goal. No, you construct a memory of the future. You build a complete, sensory-rich experience of it already being done. Feel the emotion, see the sights, hear the sounds, the whole shebang. You then impress that signature onto the timeline with such unwavering belief that it becomes a gravitational event. Your present reality then has no choice but to be pulled towards it. You make your desire a more powerful cause than your history.
So, you now have the power to manipulate the most fundamental dimension of reality. You are literally the architect of your own destiny. But, even with all this incredible power, there is one final gatekeeper, a sentry that stands between your command and its execution. Really think about that. Because even as you decide, I'm going to edit my past, I'm going to command my future, there's a part of you that's going to argue, a part that will doubt, a little voice that says, yeah, right, that's impossible. And if that sentry wins the argument, all your power is for nothing. And this is the next great conflict. It's internal. Your conscious, logical mind, that's the sentry. It wants proof. It wants to debate everything. It remembers every single past failure. But your deep, subconscious mind, the king, that's the seat of all your power. It doesn't argue, it simply executes commands. The whole challenge is getting your command past the guard at the gate and directly into the throne room. But what if you could bypass the sentry entirely? What if you could deliver a sealed message, a royal decree, directly to the king, in a language that the conscious doubter doesn't even understand? Well, there is such a language of pure command. And that is exactly where we're going next. If this explainer just shattered your concept of time, drop your biggest revelation in the comments below. And you have to subscribe, because the next step is learning the silent language of power. The awakened are waiting for you.